And the MLB award season wraps up with the most valuable players. Who's going to win the nomination and my selection? I'll tell you right now. Let's get into it. What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast, and today we discuss both the National League and American League most valuable players. We're going to begin our examination of the MVPs in the National League. Now, while I think that there is going to be a specific order that the National League MVP goes in, I think that it is going to be inaccurate. When we look at the number 3 candidate, I think that Francisco Lindor falls just a bit short. Obviously, Lindor got off to a slow start, and then he really kicked it on when he got moved into the leadoff spot for the New York Mets. Both the Mets and Lindor really started to take off once that happened. And to have Lindor finally end up in this position is an absolute testament to how tremendous of a player Francisco Lindor is. There's no doubt about it that when you examine what he did in the 2024 campaign, to me, he is the 3rd best candidate for this award. Although I do think that on the national scale, when all things are said and done, I think he likely finishes 2nd in MVP voting. But in my opinion, he should end up in 3rd. When you look at his season, a 6.9 WAR, 33 home runs, 273, 344, 500 slash line for an OPS of 844. OPS plus of 138, so 38% better than league average. When you see the number of RBIs that he put up, 91. 29 stolen bases. This was without a doubt, in my opinion, a tremendous player in 2024. And with the way that he was able to rebound and help his team push and get into the postseason and advance in the postseason, there's no doubt about it, Lindor deserves to be a finalist for the most valuable player award. However, I think that when you look at the other 2 candidates on this list, to me, Lindor falls into that number 3 spot. Now, when it comes to number 2, to me, Ketel Marte had one of the most quietest, underrated MVP caliber seasons in Major League Baseball history. I think that had it not been for the emergence of Shohei Ohtani as the National League's clear-cut winner, in my opinion, and we'll get to Shohei in just a moment, Ketel Marte really could have taken this award. A season of 6.8 WAR, 36 home runs, a slash line of 292, 372, 560 in the slugging department, 932 OPS, and an OPS plus of 155. When you look at what this player was capable of doing for the 2024 Arizona Diamondbacks, a team that fell just short. This was an all-star, a silver slugger, someone who put up 95 RBIs for this team. This was a consummate leader for this Arizona Diamondbacks ball club. And I think that, again, had it been any other year, had it been a year where Shohei Ohtani was not in the National League picture, I think that Ketel Marte's season would get a lot more conversation nationally for this award. And I think that it is a travesty that this is not going to be viewed as one of the best seasons from a Diamondbacks player in terms of being able to walk away victorious as the National League most valuable player. Without a doubt, this was a tremendous season, and to me, entirely overshadowed by the comeback assault on this award by Francisco Lindor and the overwhelming advancement of Shohei Ohtani and the advancement of voters to allow a DH to be able to really walk away with this award. Now, again, no knock on Shohei. I'm about to give him his flowers in this year, but Ketel Marte's season really deserves a second look for anyone that did not watch him play on a nightly basis. This was a tremendous campaign and an MVP caliber season. But ultimately, it is going to be the absolutely impactful and dynamic designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani. Without a doubt, this is going to be the award for him forever, in my opinion, when he hits the way that he did to this season. A absolutely incredible year, 50-50, never been done before. Obviously, we saw Ronald Acuna Jr. a year ago go 40-73 or 41-73, whatever it was. But having a player have 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases is just not something that you see in a Major League Baseball. You might be able to do that on MLB The Show, but without a doubt, this was an incredible campaign. Shohei had a WAR of 9.2, 54 home runs, a slash line of 310, 390, and 646 slugging, an OPS of 1.036, an OPS plus of 190, 90% better, nearly 2 times as much Ohtani was able to provide as compared to a league average player. Obviously, we know about the 59 stolen bases. This was a tremendous player. Most of the season spent hitting leadoff and was still able to drive in 130 runs. There's no doubt about it. Shohei Ohtani is capable of doing anything he sets his mind to, and this year was an absolute testament to his ability as a hitter. And if he never throws the ball again, which we know the Dodgers are preparing to have him in the starting rotation in 2025, if he never, ever pitched the ball again, this could go down as one of the greatest hitters in all of Major League Baseball history. The fact that he is going to go back to being a two-way star in 2025 is just, you might as well just write this award and rewrite his name on it on a yearly basis. Obviously, there's always going to be a chance that someone has a historic year, but that's what it takes to defeat a guy like Shohei Ohtani. And the first year that we see him not attempting to do both in terms of pitching and hitting, he absolutely dominates in a way that is unbelievable to watch. Again, a 50-50 season is video game numbers, and that's exactly what Shohei Ohtani does on a nightly basis. So without a doubt, a tremendous year. Shohei Ohtani is going to run away with the National League Most Valuable Player Award, in my opinion. But nevertheless, we do have to give our flowers to the other 2 finalists, and a very big nod, in my opinion, to Ketel Marte for a very quiet and underrated season. But without a doubt, Shohei Ohtani is easily the National League Most Valuable Player for 2024. And we close out the 2024 MLB award season with the American League Most Valuable Player. Now, I think there's a runaway candidate here as well, just like there was in the National League, but we're going to go over all 3 candidates, starting with number 3. It is going to be Juan Soto of the New York Yankees. When you look at what Soto was able to accomplish this year in his walk year, getting traded over to the Bronx, there was a lot of questions as to how he was going to fit in, what he was going to be able to do, and how he was going to be able to play in the bright lights of the big city. And Soto stepped up in every single way possible. This was a career year for the Yankee right fielder, and there's no doubt about it, having that type of year, going into your walk year, going into free agency, only added extra zeros to the end of that contract that he is about to get. When we look at his numbers for the year, 7.9 WAR. Obviously, we know Gold Glove caliber defense is not something that comes equipped in Soto's bag, but everything else is so spectacular. In the rest of the stats for the year, 41 home runs, 109 RBIs. He would also put together a slash line of 288, 419, and 569 for an OPS of 989. And an OPS plus of 178, 78% better than league average. There was also the idea that he was a finalist for a Gold Glove this season as well, playing in that short right field porch at Yankee Stadium. He was really able to maximize his defensive ability, and obviously he works tremendously hard at trying to become a better defender. But obviously that has not yet been the case for him. This year was one of his best defensive seasons, and that's why he got the nomination as one of the finalists for the American League Gold Glove in right field. But nevertheless, when you see what this player does at the plate, this is the modern day Ted Williams. I've said it on multiple occasions throughout the course of the history of this channel, and multiple people have said that about Juan Soto. His plate discipline, his vision at the plate is absolutely second to none in the game right now. And to me, whoever has the privilege of signing him is getting one of the all-time generational players. There's a reason he is called the generational Juan. But ultimately, I think that on any other season, his season in 2024 would walk away with the Most Valuable Player award. But coming in at number 2, in my opinion, and that is Bobby Witt Jr. There's no doubt about it, in my opinion, this young shortstop superstar is absolutely going to walk away with at least one MVP in the bag. Now, 2024 is not going to be that year, but I think that he has made tremendous strides in his game all around, and that was evident by what he was able to do in 2024. When you look at his stats for the season, 9.4 WAR, 32 home runs, 109 RBIs, 31 stolen bases, a slash line of 332, 389, 588, an OPS of 977, and an OPS plus of 171. This is absolutely a tremendous year, not to mention adding in Gold Glove caliber defense. This was a player, without a doubt, a Gold Glove winner for the 2024 campaign, a Silver Slugger, and an All-Star. There is a lot to be hopeful for if you are a fan of the Kansas City Royals, with Bobby Witt Jr. locked in for the long term with your franchise. I believe Bobby Witt Jr. will walk away with an AL MVP award on his mantle before too long. But there's one other player, one other Yankee who was just a bit better. And that is who I believe is going to be the unanimous selection in the American League, and that is Aaron Judge. When you look at the season that Judge put together, unreal. A 10.8 WAR season. Yes, a 10.8. You heard that correctly. With 58 home runs, 144 RBIs. He tacked in 10 stolen bases just to put a number in that column as well. A slash line of 322, 458, 701 slugging for an OPS plus of 1.159. Absolutely ridiculous. And the even more ridiculous number to hear is that he had an OPS plus of 223 for the entire season of 2024. That is correct. 123% better than a league average player was Aaron Judge in 2024 for the New York Yankees. Without a doubt, this is a player who, in my opinion, is going to easily walk away with the American League most valuable player this year. He was an all-star, a Silver Slugger. He played center field predominantly for the New York Yankees. And while the defense did regress compared to what he was a couple of seasons ago as a center fielder, there's no doubt about it that this is a player playing out of position for the Yankees for the betterment of the team, especially having had Juan Soto in right field. And without a doubt, the wear and tear that it takes to play center field, especially being 6'7", 282, there's no doubt that it was a grind on his body game after game, and he was still able to put up the kind of numbers that we saw in this season. Without a doubt, this is an MVP, a most valuable player for the 2024 campaign, and that is easily, in my opinion, going to Aaron Judge. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know, baseball fans, down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on the 2024 most valuable player selections? If there's a case to be made for a different winner than what I said in this video, let me know those thoughts down in the comments below, and we can chop it up there. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button on this YouTube channel as we are continuing to try to build out this community here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast. Hit the bell for post notifications so each and every time we drop new content here, you will be aware of it. So thank you once again for tuning in. Follow me on all the social medias, on X at Banter_baseball and everywhere else at Baseball Banter Broadcast. And I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.